So I was reading through some comments on one of my videos that got a lot of comments, and we got this guy here, fucking mercenary tower, whatever. And yeah, so I comment on everybody's comment. So I was writing a comment. It was it was about this long. Like, not even kidding, it was about this long. Um, and I was writing it and like putting some thought into it, like blah 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 blah. And apparently I had my mouse on this or near this, and when I was literally about to post it, I did that. Yeah, so all that shit's fucking gone. And I was, I really didn't want to retype everything, and so I'm making a video. And you might be asking, like, why the fuck wouldn't you just retype the comment? That would be a lot less time than making a whole fucking video, right? And it's a fair point. And my response to that is,
fuck you, that's why!
but no, seriously, the real reason why is because of this little motherfucker, this little fucking, how old is he? Fucking 19-year-old, this little fucker, this fucking guy, fucking fat rescue swimmer. What the fuck does that even mean? Edit your bio, bro. I don't know what that is. I don't know those words. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm just joking around. But no, I've actually wanted to make a video about some of these fucking retarded ass comments, and just, I wanted to expose how fucking retarded the DayZ community is. So basically, you can thank, where the fuck is he? You can fucking thank Nig. No. Yeah, you can thank this guy. This is the video because of him. His comment's fine, but like, we're just going to talk about that one first, and then I'm going to talk about how fucking stupid DayZ players are. Alright, so as you can tell, I'm just doing this on the fly. I have no script or anything, so I'm just going to read his comment out and then try to remember what I replied with, because like I said, it was quite a bit. So I agree to most of what you said here, but some of it is a stretch. For instance, Discord being considered cheating is odd, but if that's how you view it, then sure, everyone is a cheater. Okay, the reason the reason Discord is cheating is because the game provides you with so many methods of communication that do not get utilized at all. Because, okay, honestly, when was the last time you or anybody you saw was using one of the handheld transceivers you find like everywhere? Nobody fucking uses those. When was the when was the last time you saw anybody? I've never even done it. Have you ever seen anybody wearing a field transceiver? Have you seen anybody using a signal flare other than to just fuck around and throw it because they found it? Or the hand gestures? Like, yeah, okay, everybody uses the flip-off hand gesture. Okay, I get it. No, but honestly, when was the last time you don't use those? There's no reason to use those because you can just talk perfectly on Discord or party chat. It's an outside source out of the game claims to be ultra realistic and all this stuff, but then people just bypass half of the challenge of the game, really. So basically, what that equates to is that you can run around with 5 other dudes fully geared on the coast, as do most of these fucking losers that play this game do. They can talk on Discord and perfectly communicate with each other, no interference, perfectly convenient, easy to do, and they have all the advantages of communication. Like, communication is the most important thing in a fight, like in a real fight. If you can't communicate with your team, like, you're not going to be able to coordinate any kind of attack or anything like that, or do call-outs. Like, I mean, the game literally has proximity chat to where you can't hear. So here's the thing. Like, if I'm a solo player and I see like 3 other dudes, okay, sure, it's 3 against 1 now. Okay, that's doable if they're actually using proximity chat, because if they're trying to call out to each other, I can actually hear them and see them.
And then they have to be like, that would give me a solo player so much information. Like, okay, so he's talking to somebody right now, telling his buddy where I'm at. Okay, well, that must mean he's within 50 meters of me, because if he's shouting at him, that means that his buddy can hear him. So that means that they're relatively close to where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like, it's all this information. But if you're just on Discord, like, what am I supposed to, like? It's completely cheating. Discord is completely cheating. And it's just the way of the game. Like, if you're not using Discord, then you're just at such a disadvantage that you may as well not even play the game. So that is obvious. Like, it's so obvious that Discord's cheating. It wasn't the game is not intended for that. So now that I've clearly explained pretty obviously why that's all cheating, I'm gonna ride my high horse here. Now, so let me just clear this up. If you play a game that you love, if you love DayZ and you cannot criticize the things that you love, shut the fuck up. I enjoy this game. I would not have 750, 800 hours in the fucking game if I didn't find some enjoyment in it. Okay, it's perfectly okay to criticize things that you enjoy. I want DayZ to be a better game, okay, because right now it's dog shit, but I fucking love it. Okay, so if you're one of these people that just DayZ cock all day, okay, just shut the fuck up. You're a child. So if you criticize something but offer no feedback, also shut the fuck up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to offer some feedback. All right. So I'm going to try to remember all the ideas. Like, I just start spewing ideas whenever I talk about stuff like this, and that's why that comment I typed out was so long. So I was literally just coming up with ideas on the spot. Okay. So what if there was around the entire map? What if there were these radio towers that you could like, if you have a clan of, like, whatever, 4 dudes, and, like, you want to base up, let's just pick a place. Let's just say it's Berezino, because I like Berezino. So let's just say there's a radio tower near Berezino. Okay, so what if okay, we want to base up here. All right. So we have handheld receivers that we've picked up at the PD. These are fine and all, but we got to stop to use them. They're kind of inconvenient, whatever. They take batteries. Okay, so how about you can go to this radio tower that's kind of hard to get in. Maybe you need to find an item to unlock a door to get inside, okay? And then after that, you have to, like, capture the point somehow. I don't know what that would entail, but let's just say you have to capture this radio tower. And then once you capture the radio tower, you can encrypt it with a password that, you would know, kind of like a gate or something. So then you would have the password to the radio frequency that tower provides. Okay, so then what the radio tower does is that you can find headsets around the world, like military headsets, like, Northwest Airfield, Tizzy, whatever. So let's just say you find these headsets, and then now you have perfect communication on the fly. You can just talk into your mic, and it's muffled. Like, no one around you can hear your chat. So it's not proximity chat anymore. It's just whoever has a headset connected to that frequency can hear your it's like Discord then. However, the trade-off is you don't get to wear a helmet, or you don't get to wear a face, item like a ski mask or whatever, or night vision, a night vision strap or like eyewear. So, perfectly good trade-off, right? You get lots of, you get the huge advantages of communication on the fly, convenient communication, but you sacrifice defense, And then I was thinking, how fucking awesome would it be if you're a solo player and you kill a guy that's tapped into that frequency? Okay, so like if you kill, like it's a squad of 5 guys, and they're all wearing headsets and whatever. How awesome would it be if you killed someone on that squad, you took their headset, and now they have to choose whether to keep talking or just to turn the headset off completely, because now they think, okay, someone's killed one of our guys, he has our headset, he can hear what we're saying, and then just fucking amazing. Like, I'm sorry, that would just be so cool, because then it's like actual eavesdropping. You could actually like use their own intelligence against them. Like, oh, they're saying they're over here. Okay, I'll go over there. It's just, and then like, or maybe if you're a solo player, you kill one of them, you take their headset, and then you would have to figure out like, okay, what tower are they like connected to, and then that information there could be like, oh, they're connected to this tower, oh, they have a base somewhere around here, oh, like I could just hang out in this city for a little while, figure out where the base is, figure out where the rest of their guys are, just so all that stuff I talked about would add so much more to the game, so much more. And it wouldn't even be like an update to the game. It would just have to update like how the items function and add a few new locations. It would give stuff for clans to do. Clans could fight. Like, could you imagine that? Like clans fighting over a radio tower frequency. Like, it would just be such a dynamic thing to I don't know. It would add substance to the game and add balance to the game as well. Like I don't understand how the game has been out for 10 years and it's so bare bones. Like, this game has some of the best survival, like it has some of the most in-depth mechanics and stuff, but I can't decide whether because they're not really complex mechanics. They're just so, like, they're just not explained to you. It's all smoke and mirrors. Like like the disease system, it really isn't that complicated once you understand it. The health system, it's not very complicated until you understand it. The ballistic system with the realistic bullet physics, like, it's really not that complicated. You know what I mean? Like, all these systems aren't really that complicated until you understand them. Like, it's just smoke and mirrors. And then that's the point I'm at with this game, is that the game, since all the smoke and mirrors are gone, it's just like, okay, like, this game really isn't all that incredible. It's a pretty simple game, and I just do not understand, with 10 years. Like, think about it. 10 years this game has been out, and it's not really that impressive in terms of, like, things you can do in the game. And I don't mean, I could talk about that, like, having I think the guy talks about it in the comment. There's just not much to do. The game just comes down to PvP. That's all this game is just shooting people. And the game, like, and that's fine. That's fine if that's what your game is, but there's just not much to it. It's just, find a gun, find a better gun than everybody else, have more people than other people, and kill people. Like, that's all it is. And yes, there's enjoyment to be, simplicity is fine, but it's just, there's just no, like, why are you fighting? Oh, we're fighting because we saw people. Okay. Oh, we're fighting because we're raiding a base. Okay. So there's two scenarios there. Or, I'm fighting someone because I ran into them when I'm looting. Okay. That's it? Like, that's all there is? There's no fighting, we're trying to take over this radio tower, and we got two clans fighting over each other, and we're trying to take it, and, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's, what, this and that. Like, I've thrown the idea, many people have thrown around the idea of making DayZ an extraction shooter, or having extraction shooter elements. It's, we were getting into this fight because my team and I were trying to extract with all this loot, and then another team came, and we were fighting and holding our ground. There's nothing to it. Alright, I think that was, like, all the ideas I came up with. I think. I don't like feeling like I forgot something, but I'm pretty sure that was all I had to say. I mean, obviously there's a lot more ideas I could come up with to make the game, like, actually take skill to play. But, so yeah, we're done with this, so let's continue. It's definitely a dated game, and hopefully with the new Infusion engine out and updates rolling out for Armor Reforger, Bohemia can translate that over to DayZ. At least a speculation. Yeah, I mean, and that's just a simple fact. Like, I realize the game is like 10 years old, and I realize that it's a mod of a game, I think, older than that. I think Arma 2 came out in 2009? Let me check that. Yeah, Arma 2 came out in fucking 2009. What is that, 14 years ago? So, like, yeah, I'm well aware of that, but it's just the simple fact that, like, okay, this game, like, if the developers aren't going to give us a DayZ 2, then, what are we supposed to do? We're playing a game that's outdated at this point. It doesn't hold up to, and I'm not saying every game needs to, be held up to the same standards necessarily, or play exactly. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying, like, this game has outdated controls. It has outdated graphics. It has outdated so many things, and it's like the controls in this game are just complete and utter dog shit. Like, just and I'm not even talking just simply on console. Like, the controls are just fucking terrible. But that's what you get. It's it's a mod. And I respect this game. Like, I respect that a mod of a game is its own game. That's incredible. But anyway, so I guess we agree on that. And I would be interested in whatever, because I've kind of looked into this, but from what I understand, it's not going to be anything that happens anytime soon. The game being on console was half the reason DayZ got its revival, but it's still terrible on console. Was never meant to be ported over in the first place. I mean, yeah, it's. So when people say DayZ is terrible on console, I like, and a lot of these comments mention it because they're dumb. They're like, "Oh, DayZ looks terrible on console." No, like literally, I've done research. From what I can tell, the only difference is the lighting. The lighting is a bit different or something, or it's the exact same fucking game. The game you're playing on console is the exact same fucking game you're playing on PC. There's no difference. So, okay, that is a fact, and we're not going to argue over that because you're a moron if you disagree with that. Okay, so the only legitimate difference with DayZ on console and on PC is the atrocious fucking controls, okay? So, I'm not even talking about the inventory management. It's really interesting because DayZ on PC has a completely different inventory management than on the console because of how terrible, well, quote-unquote terrible the controls are on console. So on PC, like, you have a jacket that has 42 slots. Well, on PC, you actually have to, you have to Resident Evil 4 your fucking items to fit them perfectly in your inventory. Well, on console, you just have a number, 42, and then you can add 42 amounts worth of items into your inventory, which is fine. Like, if I'm being completely honest, like, I can kind of understand how you might say, oh, well, it's more realistic if you have to, like, sort your items, like, in your backpack or whatever. But, like, let's be real. Like, I actually more or less think it's this fucking stupid system. It makes it more, like, challenging to manage your inventory, but I don't necessarily think it's better. Like, I think it's a much better system to just have space you're allotted, like 42 slots or 42 item 42 spaces worth of items you can put in. I think the whole like sorting and fitting it all in is stupid because it's like, bro, how are you fitting 42 items, or like even with a t-shirt, like how are you putting 12 items worth of space into a t-shirt? Like, where the fuck, like you could be like, oh well, it's so fucking stupid when you think about it. Like, how the fuck are you storing a scorpion in your t-shirt? Like, what? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's like there's no pockets on it. Like, what are you just like shoving it? Like, if you shove a scorpion up your shirt and start running, it's gonna fall. It's just dumb. So really, and like when you put stuff into a bag, like a backpack, it's like you're not like sorting it, you're just putting the stuff in there until it fits, and then once you run out of space, you run out of space, you know what I mean? So, sorry, I ranted about that a little bit, but no, like the controls are horrendous on controller, and I'm talking about the aiming. The aiming is so fucking bad. It's so fucking bad. The dead zone is just that's the problem. And like, I've ranted about this before when I talk about other games, and like okay, Call of Duty. I've been playing Call of Duty for 16 years. I could rant about Call of Duty another time. Call of Duty is trash now. But Call of Duty has the best aiming in any game ever. Okay, that's undeniable. And the way I've explained it is that Call of Duty has a circular aiming system to where you can move the analog stick in a circle and make a perfect circle when you're aiming. But then games like DayZ and just other games that are not as good as that, they have a square system of aiming. And I know that sounds weird, but basically, like, you can't get that and like on PC you can because you have a mouse and keyboard, so it's easier. But like on Call of Duty, you can make a perfect shot because the dead zone is better and blah blah blah. But like on DayZ, if you're just trying to move your cursor on that one pixel where that dude's head is, you just can't fucking do it. Because it's so bad. The aiming is just so fucking bad. Anyway, I know I didn't really finish my thought, but it's just, yes, like, I'm not denying that. The aiming on console is horrendous. The inventory management on console is confusing at first and probably less easy to understand than on PC. But I would actually debate what, like, I'm fast at using the inventory, like, in this game. Like, once you get used to it, it's fine. I honestly don't have many problems with it. It's a bit clunky. Like, I'll admit it's a bit clunky, but honestly, for what it is, it works really well. And I'm too lazy or whatever to learn how to play mouse and keyboard, like, on community servers. And, like, honestly, I just prefer it. Like, it's fine, it's serviceable, it does what I need it to do, and I don't have any problems with it, really. But no, like, the aiming is just god-awful. It's fucking horrendous. And, like, if the aiming was better on controller, like, if it was, like, Call of Duty standards of aiming, it would be perfectly fine. But other than that, like, this idea of that it was never meant to be ported over in the first place, well, there's plenty of games that were made on console that were ported to PC that were, quote-unquote, never meant to be ported onto PC. Like, that's a dumb argument. They're both gaming consoles. They both play games. Just make them work on the console or don't port them over. Like, what substantiates a game from, quote-unquote, never meant to being released on console? Like, Minecraft? Like, Minecraft was PC first and it went to console, and it's bigger on console than it is on PC. Maybe that's not true, but I don't know. Just make it work. They're like, what makes a console game different than a PC game? They're both the fucking game. Like, yeah, you play them a bit differently, possibly, but they both have controllers. Like, how you play a game doesn't change the game. Just make it work. When it comes to a main game goal, well, getting end game loot and to survive as long as possible is the end game goal. Like getting to Northwest Airfield or the bunker on Livonia. The goals are just self-driven, like hunting for parts for a car you found 3 towns over. Okay, that's fine. Okay, and this is the same argument you could sort of make with Minecraft. Minecraft is a game. Well, Minecraft has more substance to it than DayZ does, because there are, like, objectives you can do and whatnot. But, at the end of the day, Minecraft is just, like, a game where you do nothing. Like, you just make your own fun, you do whatever you want. But there is, like, you can only do that for so long. Same applies to a game like Minecraft. That you can only just do what this guy is saying for so long before it's like, okay, why am I doing this? And, like, you could say, oh, well, you can't play a game forever, but it's like, I truly don't understand how you have these supposedly people on YouTube that are like, oh, 11 billion hours, a clan of 30,000, and I understand they're, like, adding all their playtimes together, but it's like, a clan of 50,000 hour pros, go try hard. And I'm just like, how are you playing this game for that long? Like, that's, like, I'm not judging or nothing, but, like, what are you gay? But no, anyway, but no, seriously, okay, and this is kind of what I was talking about with the whole smoke and mirrors thing. It's not hard to get end game loot in this game. Like, once you know where it is and how to get it, it's not hard. Like, even I'm just talking on vanilla. Like, okay, so to survive as long as possible, I mean, okay, but why? Why am I surviving as long as possible? Just to say I did? Like, cool, no one fucking cares. End game loot, like I said, is easy to find. And it's boring. Like, see, that's the other thing, too. That you have no, in Minecraft, you at least have control, for the most part, when you get items. So, like, yes, there are drop rates to certain items, like, in a game like Minecraft, but in DayZ, it's just purely chance. Purely chance. You can't control when and where helicopter crashes, come. So you can't control when you get NVGs. You can't control when you get, like, FALs or, VSDs or whatever. It's like, you just have to hope. You just fucking wander around and hope you get to a helicopter first before someone else does, or before you get killed. And I understand all these things I'm talking about is what makes it so rewarding when you find these things. And I'm not saying it's not rewarding. I'm just saying, but why? I get the gun, why? So I can kill people? Like, everything goes back to just killing people. Oh, why am I getting loot? To kill people. Why am I surviving as long as I can? Because I don't want to get killed and I want to be able to kill other people. Like, there's no point. Yeah, getting to Northwest Airfield is fucking easy. The goals are just self-driven, like hunting for cars are completely fucking useless in this game anyway. I mean, that's just my opinion, really. But, well, that's just, like, your opinion, man. But no, cars are just, there's just so little reward to them. Like, you're completely exposed if you're even in them. They fucking crash all the time, and, like, no one's gonna argue that. But, like, I get what he's saying. It's like, I finally have this, like, full car. But, like, why? now I can travel across the map faster to hopefully find a helicopter crash, to hopefully find this gun, to hopefully find ammo for it, to hopefully it's anyway. DayZ is literally what you make of it. Yet no, it's not. Like, yes, you will see YouTubers see that and I don't even want to rant about that, but like you'll see these YouTubers that, like, okay, I'll mention one in particular I've actually started watching recently. His name's Zesty Polvo. Like, his content is fucking hilarious, but you have to understand that all these YouTubers, they have people that are good playing with them. They're always playing in a group. They're hardly ever playing solo. Like Sour Sweet plays solo a lot of the time, but he's playing on like roleplay servers, and he's playing on servers that aren't vanilla. Like, just the game itself. None of these YouTubers play vanilla except for Zesty Polvo for the most part. Like, I don't watch a ton of DayZ YouTubers, but I watch him, and he plays on vanilla to like fuck with people. But he's running with other people. If you're just playing, if you just pop the game in and want to play it, like, there's nothing to do. That's my whole problem. There's nothing for solo players to do other than just do what groups do, but less efficient. It's just there's nothing to do. And I don't know if you've heard of Vigor, but it's Bohemia's take on an extraction shooter, and it's only on console. That's actually very surprising to me. I didn't know that, unfortunately, but I've played it and it's pretty good with its flaws like everything else. I have seen it. It looked like a fat. I mean, I've seen it before. I really have no interest in it. But it looks like it was just a faster paced DayZ, like more Call of Duty like. And I mean, like I said, I really don't care about it. All in all, I respect your views, great video, and keep up the good work. So yeah, good comment. I don't care if people disagree with me. I just want him to not be fucking retarded like this guy. He's cool. Okay, so this video is long as fuck, and that was just that one comment. But, I still want to talk about those other comments that are fucking retarded. It'll probably be quicker pace and whatever. So, you know what? I'm just going to make that a part 2. This will just be part 1. Fuck it. The video is over. Get the fuck out of here.